Listening and speaking practice. Hello everyone. Today we are going to practice our listening and speaking skills to improve our pronunciation.
Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Emma who had always dreamed of traveling to France. She had studied French in school and was fascinated by the country's history, culture, and cuisine. Finally, after saving up enough money, Emma decided to make her dream a reality and booked a flight to Paris. She spent months planning her itinerary, researching the best restaurants and tourist attractions, and brushing up on her language skills. When Emma arrived in Paris, she was immediately struck by the beauty of the city. She marveled at the stunning architecture, the charming cobblestone streets, and the iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame Cathedral. Over the next few weeks, Emma explored Paris from top to bottom. She visited the Louvre Museum, walked along the banks of the Seine River, and dined on delicious croissants and escargots at local cafes. One of Emma's favorite experiences in Paris was visiting Montmartre, the bohemian neighborhood that was home to many famous artists like Pablo Picasso and Vincent van Gogh. She strolled through the winding streets, admiring the street performers and the colorful paintings and sculptures on display. After a few weeks in Paris, Emma decided to venture outside the city and explore other parts of France. She traveled to the Loire Valley, where she visited magnificent chateaux like Chambord and Chenonceau and tasted the region's famous wines. Next, Emma headed to the French Riviera, where she soaked up the sun on the beaches of Cannes and Saint-Tropez and took a boat tour of the stunning Calanques in Marseille. Throughout her travels in France, Emma was struck by the warmth and hospitality of the French people. She had been worried that her limited language skills would be a barrier, but she found that many locals were eager to practice their English and help her navigate the country. When it was time for Emma to return home, she was sad to say goodbye to France but grateful for the unforgettable memories she had made. She promised herself that she would one day return to the country that had captured her heart. Years went by, and Emma settled back into her life at home. But the memories of her trip to France never faded. She kept in touch with some of the friends she had made during her travels, and often found herself daydreaming about the beautiful places she had visited and the delicious food she had tasted. Eventually, Emma found herself in a position to travel again. She had saved up enough money, and her work schedule allowed for some time off. Without hesitation, she knew exactly where she wanted to go, back to France. This time, Emma decided to explore a different region of the country. She chose to visit the charming towns and villages of Provence, known for their picturesque countryside, lavender fields, and delicious cuisine. Emma started her trip in the city of Aix-en-Provence, where she wandered through the vibrant markets, sampled local cheeses and wines, and marveled at the ornate fountains and historic architecture. From there, she traveled to the village of Gourd, perched high on a hilltop overlooking the Luberon Valley. Emma spent her days in Provence exploring the countryside, hiking through the stunning gorges du Verdon, and admiring the ancient Roman aqueduct, Pont du Gard. She tasted local specialties like bouillabaisse, ratatouille, and tarte tatin, and sipped on crisp rosé wine while taking in the stunning views of the Mediterranean Sea. As her trip came to an end, Emma realized that her love for France had only grown stronger. She knew that she would continue to return to the country again and again, always finding new places to explore and new experiences to savor. And so, Emma returned home with a heart full of memories and a promise to herself to keep returning to the country that had captured her heart. As Emma settled back into her routine at home, she couldn't help but feel a longing for France. She missed the charming streets of Paris, the stunning countryside of Provence, and the warm hospitality of the French people. Emma decided that she didn't want to wait too long before planning her next trip to France. This time, she wanted to explore the northern region of the country, known for its rich history and culture. Emma started her journey in the city of Lille, where she sampled the famous local dish of moule frite and visited the stunning Notre Dame de la Treille Cathedral. From there, she traveled to the historic city of Rouen, where she walked in the footsteps of Joan of Arc and marveled at the towering Gothic architecture of the Rouen Cathedral. Next, Emma made her way to the Loire Valley, where she visited magnificent chateaux like Amboise, Blois, and Chambord. She tasted the region's famous wines and indulged in delicious cuisine like foie gras and confit de canard. As her trip drew to a close, Emma realized that each time she visited France, she fell more in love with the country. She admired the way the French people took pride in their history, culture, and cuisine, and how they welcomed visitors with open arms. Emma knew that she would continue to return to France as often as she could. She had a growing list of places she wanted to visit, from the lavender fields of Provence to the picturesque villages of Alsace. But for now, Emma was content to savor the memories of her latest trip and to dream about her next adventure in the country she loved so much.
Thank you for watching the video. I ask that you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.